Namaskar, Heritage and Pilgrim Destinations of North India. Welcome to the episode on Heritage and Pilgrim Destination of North India. North India has a rich monumental and cultural heritage. In this episode, we are going to learn about the Golden Triangle Circuit, which includes Delhi, Agra and Jaipur, and also other heritage destinations of the region like Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur and Udaipur. North India has many popular pilgrim centers like Chota Chardham, Haridwar, Varanasi, Vaishno Devi, Amarnath, Ajmer, Golden Temple, etc. For your better understanding, this episode is divided into 5 parts. Heritage Destination of North India, Delhi. Monuments of Agra. Monuments of Jaipur, Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur and Udaipur. Pilgrim destinations of North India, Chardham, Haridwar. Pilgrim destination of North India, Varanasi, Vaishno Devi, Amarnath, Ajmer, Golden Temple. Let us study about these aspects one by one. The first aspect is Heritage Destinations of North India. New Delhi is the heart of modern India. It is the capital of India. The older section of Delhi is still redolent of the past with the ancient houses, maze of lanes. It is overpopulated. Delhi has no more than 1,000 years been the capital of the various dynasties that ruled much of India. Monuments of Delhi includes Red Fort, Qutub Minar, Humayun's Tomb, Jamma Masjid, Purana Killa, Jantar Mantar. Let us discuss one by one. Firstly, Red Fort. Red Fort is situated very near to Delhi railway junction and was built by Emperor Shah Jahan. It is built of red sandstone which gave it its name. It has 2 similarly built grand gates, the Lahore Gate and Delhi Gate. Beyond Lahore Gate is a shopping arcade which leads to Diwan-e-Aam or Hall of Public Audience. In the wall at the back is a staircase leading to the throne. Diwan-e-Khas or Hall of Private Audience is a pavilion of white marble which is open on all sides. In the center of the east side is the platform on which stood the world famous peacock throne which was plundered by the invading armies of Nadir Shah in 18th century. The Rang Mahal, another beautiful building nearby, was the ladies' apartment. Moti Masjid or the Pearl Mosque was built by Aurangzeb a few decades later and is situated opposite to the baths. Qutub Minar. Qutub Minar, a soaring tower of early Muslim vintage, attracts a large number of tourists. The foundation of the Qutub Minar was laid by Qutb-ud-Din Aibak in the last decade of the 12th century AD, but the construction was completed by his successors Firuz Shah Tughlaq and Sikandar Lodi. It is covered with intricate carvings and deeply inscribed verses from the Quran. Beautiful calligraphy adorns the adjacent edifices. The minar rises over 230 feet and can be ascended by a circular stairway for a view that is breathtaking. The monument tapers from base to the top. The tower has 5 distinct stories, each marked by a projecting balcony. The first 3 stories are made of red sandstone, the 4th and 5th of marble and sandstone. Humayun's Tomb. Humayun's tomb is famous in the history of Mughal architecture since it was the first mature example of the idea of garden tomb. The tomb was built in 16th century AD by Haji Begum, the widow of Emperor Humayun. The tomb stands on a raised platform and consists of a central octagon with octagonal towers around. The cenotaph of Humayun is of white marble and is plain without any inscription. The tomb is situated in the extreme south to Purana Killa. Jama Masjid. This mosque is situated in front of Red Fort. The courtyard of the mosque has a capacity of 25,000 people. It is possible to climb the southern minaret, which gives magnificent view of the surroundings. Purana Killa. The Purana Killa was built over the mount which conceals the remains of the city of Indraprastha of the Mahabharata times. Both Humayun and Sher Shah Suri had a hand in its construction. Excavations in the area have shown that it has been in constant occupation from about 1000 BC. Jantar Mantar. Jantar Mantar is an observatory constructed by Jai Singh, the ruler of Jaipur. It contains 6 masonry instruments which are of varied sizes. The monument shares its glory with a similar observatory established at Jaipur. Moving on to the second aspect, monuments of Agra. Taj Mahal and Agra Fort. Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is the crowning glory of the Mughal architecture. It was built by Shah Jahan on the banks of river Yamuna in Agra in memory of his most beloved wife, Anjuman Bano Begum, bestowed with the title of Mumtaz Mahal. The Taj is noted for its graceful proportion and perfect balance between the claims of architecture and ornamentation. It was designed by the Iranian architect Ustad Isa. The Taj Mahal is situated more than 900 feet away from the entrance at the opposite end of the garden. The path is divided by long watercourse in which the Taj is beautifully reflected. The dome is made of white marble, but the tomb is set against the plain across the river, and it is this background that works its magic of colors that through their reflection change the view of the Taj. The colors change at different hours of the day and during different seasons. Like a jewel, the Taj sparkles in moonlight when the semi-precious stones inlaid into the white marble on the main mausoleum catch the glow of the moon. The Taj is pinkish in the morning, milky white in the evening, and golden when the moon shines. The marble mausoleum is square in plan. Each facade of the tomb is composed of a grand Ivan framed by bands of calligraphy. The Ivan is flanked on both sides by small double arches, one over the other. Each section is the facade is well demarked on both sides by attached pilasters which, rising from the plinth level of the tomb, rise above the frieze and are crowned by beautiful pinnacles with lotus buds and finials. In the spring, the flower beds of the paths are a profusion of color. To the west is a small museum housing original architectural drawings of the Taj, arms miniatures, and some examples of celadon plates set to split into pieces or change color if the food served on them contained poison. Agra Fort. Akbar's seat of government was Agra. Before Akbar, the Lodhis were here. Akbar got the brick fort of the Lodhis demolished and raised on the right bank of the river his famous fort, which virtually gave new life to city. With its high walls of a neat sandstone facing a moat fed by the river, high gateways flanked by bastions, several halls, bazaars, baths, gardens, the fort of Agra set a new pattern in the construction of royal citadel that was to serve as model for later ones. Moving on to the third aspect, that is monuments of Jaipur, Bikaner, Jaisalmer, Jodhpur and Udaipur. Jaipur. Jaipur is the capital of the state of Rajasthan. It is popularly known as Pink City as its beautiful palaces, domes and forts are in rose-like hue. It was built in 18th century by Savai Jai Singh II. It was the first planned city of its time. It was blueprinted by a Bengali architect in accordance with the principles of town planning as laid down by the ancient Indian treatises on architecture. The city is divided into 6 sections separated by roads. At the crossroads of these are the market squares. The city palace. The city palace is a historic landmark. The carved arches are supported by grey white marble columns studded with floral motifs in gold and coloured stones. 2 elephants carved in marble guard the entrance. The palace interior houses a select collection of various types of Rajasthani dresses. The museum contains a fascinating armory of Rajput weapons. Jantar Mantar. It is one of Jai Singh's 5 remarkable observations. It is a stone and marble structure and its setting and shapes are precisely and scientifically designed. Hawa Mahal. Hawa Mahal or Palace of Winds is one of the most beautiful buildings in India, also one of the strongest. It has no depth, being almost all facade and no palace. It was built in 18th century as a summer resort for the maidens of Raniwal court who watched processions through its lace-like screens. Rambagh Palace. It was formerly the royal residence, which is now converted into a hotel. Bikaner. Bikaner is a beautiful desert city located in northwestern part of Rajasthan. The city of Bikaner was established by Rao Bika in 15th century AD. The important tourist attractions of this place are Junagarh Fort, Lalgarh Palace, Gajner Palace, Karni Mata Temple, Kolayat, Kodam Desar, Bandasar Jain Temple. Bikaner is also famous for camel safari. Camel festival is organized every year in January here by the Department of Tourism, Government of Rajasthan. The city preserves the culture and heritage of about 500 years. Jaisalmer. The town and the fort of Jaisalmer was founded by Maharawal Jaisal in 1156 AD. It is a part of Great Indian Thar Desert. The main attractions at Jaisalmer are Golden Fort, Patawa Haveli, Natmal Ki Haveli, Mandir Palace, Salim Singh Ki Haveli, Sam Sand Dunes. Jodhpur. Jodhpur is located centrally in the western part of Rajasthan. The city of Jodhpur was founded in 1459 by Rao Jodha, the chief of Rathod clan. Mehrangarh Fort is one of the largest forts and is situated on a steep hill and spread over an area of 5 kilometers. There are a number of beautiful and grand palaces in the fort. The view down the fort is breathtaking. The other attractions of Jodhpur are Jaswant Tada and Umaid Bhavan Palace. Jodhpur is also famous for its tradition of handicrafts and tie and dye fabric known as Bandhani. Udaipur. Udaipur was founded by Maharana Uday Singh II in 16th century. Udaipur is also called as the City of Lakes. It is easily accessible and has many attractions like lakes, massive forts, palaces, art museum, well-laid gardens, temples, colorful fairs and festivals. Pichola Lake, located in the heart of Udaipur, is quite picturesque. Moving on to the fourth aspect, pilgrim destinations of North India. Char Dham and Haridwar. Chota Char Dham is referred to the 4 Hindu religious sites in the state of Uttarakhand. These are Yamunotri, Gangotri, Badrinath and Kedarnath. They lie in the lap of majestic Himalayas. Gangotri. Gangotri is a small town in Uttarkashi district of Uttarakhand. It is situated at an altitude of 3,415 meters. It is the place of origin of the river Ganga. The river is called Bhagirathi at the source and acquires the name Ganga from Devprayag onwards, where it meets Alaknanda. The origin of the river is at Gaumukh in Gangotri Glacier and is a 19-kilometer trek from Gangotri. It houses the temple of goddesses Ganga. This temple was built by Nepalese general Amar Singh Thapa in the early 18th century. Yamunotri. Yamunotri is situated at an altitude of 3,293 meters in the Garhwal Himalayas and located approximately 30 kilometers north of Uttarkashi. It is the source of the Yamuna river. The chief attraction at Yamunotri is the temple devoted to the goddesses Yamuna and the holy thermal springs at Janki Chatti. Kedarnath. Kedarnath is situated at an altitude of 3,581 meters in the Himalayas and is a 14-kilometer trek from Gaurikund. Kedarnath is a popular pilgrimage center of India and houses the shrine dedicated to Lord Shiva. Kedarnath shrine is one among the 12 Jyotirlingas of Lord Shiva. Kedar is another name of Lord Shiva. According to legend, the Pandavas, after having won over the Kauravas in the war, have made this temple. Kedarnath temple is standing in the middle of a wide plateau surrounded by lofty snow-covered peaks. The present temple is believed to be built by Adi Shankaracharya and stands adjacent to the site of an earlier temple built by the Pandavas. The temple is built of extremely large, heavy and evenly cut grey slabs of stones. The temple has a Garbhagriha for worship and a mandap for assembly of pilgrims and visitors. The idol in the temple is a linga, which is pyramidal, unlike its usual form. A statue of Nandi, the celestial bull, stands at the entrance of the temple and exquisitely carved images adorn the interiors of the temple. During the winters, the shrine is submerged in snow and hence is closed. Badrinath. Badrinath is located in the Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. It is a small holy town which has been mentioned as a holy place in scriptures and legends for thousands of years. The Badrinath temple is the main attraction in the town. It is situated at an altitude of 3,133 meters above sea level in the middle of a valley. Temple is located on the right bank of holy river Alaknanda and is dedicated to Lord Vishnu. The temple is 15 meters in height and is built in the form of a cone with the small cupola of a gilt bull and spire. Though the legend dates the temple prior to the Vedic age, the present temple is believed to have been established by Adi Shankaracharya in 8th century AD. The temple has been renovated several times due to earlier damages by avalanches and looks modern with the colourful main entrance gate. The temple has three parts: Garbhagriha or the Sanctum Sanctorum, Darshan Mandap for pujas and Shobha Mandap for devotees to assemble. There are 15 idols in the temple complex. The Badrinath idol is a meter high. Other places of interest nearby are Tapt Kund, Shesh Netra, Neelkant, Charan Paduka, Brahma Kapal. With great scenic beauty and attractive recreational spots in the vicinity, Badrinath attracts an ever-increasing number of visitors each year. Next is Haridwar. Haridwar is in the southwestern part of Uttarakhand and situated at an altitude of 314 meters from sea level. It is one of the oldest living cities and finds mention in the ancient Hindu scriptures. It is the gateway to the 4 pilgrimages of Uttarakhand. Haridwar is considered as one of the 7 holiest places to Hindu. Kumbh Mela is celebrated every 12 years at Haridwar. Moving on to the last aspect, that is pilgrim destinations of North India. Varanasi, Vaishno Devi, Amarnath, Ajmer, Golden Temple. Let us discuss them one by one. Varanasi. Varanasi is one of the holiest places for Hindus. It is one of the oldest cities of the world. Varanasi gets its name from the 2 tributaries of the Ganga Varuna and Assi, between which it is situated. It attracts a large number of tourists because of its long history, civilization, music and craft of silk weaving, etc. The main attraction of Varanasi is the Kashi Vishwanatha temple. This temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. Emperor Aurangzeb had destroyed the original temple and then in 1776 Ahilya Bai built the present temple. Durga temple is another most important temple of Varanasi. There a number of ghats, most of them are bathing ghats while others are used as cremation sites. Bathing ghats of Varanasi are the other attraction for the tourists. People gather there in large numbers every day to take a dip in the holy river Ganga. Ganga Aarti held on the ghats every day also attracts a large number of visitors. Mata Vaishno Devi. Vaishno Devi is located in Trikuta mountains, forming a part of the lower Himalayas in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It is about 61 kilometers north of Jammu and at an altitude of 5,200 feet above the sea level. Vaishno Devi is one of the most revered holy sites in India. The length of the holy cave shrine of Vaishno Devi is about 98 feet. Inside there are images of 3 deities, namely the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. This shrine is visited all round the year, but the path is difficult during the winters due to snowfall. Amarnath. Amarnath is considered to be one of the major pilgrimage centers in India. The cave shrine of Amarnath stands at 3,888 meters in a narrow gorge at the farther end of Lidar Valley in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. The cave will be covered with snow for most period of the year except for a short period during summer. It will be open for the pilgrims during this period. Ajmer. The Ajmer Mosque was laid on the same plan as the Quwabtu Islam Mosque with carved pillars used in colonnades. Its prayer chamber, the carved ceiling which rests on pillars raised in 3 tiers, is faced by thick screen carved with effective decoration and pierced by corbelled but engraved arches which appear here for the first time. Hazrat Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Dargah of Sufi saint is located at Ajmer. Golden Temple. Golden Temple is located in Amritsar, Punjab. It is one of the holy place for Sikhs. This temple is called Golden Temple because of its full golden dome. The temple is built on 67 feet square of marble and is a 2-storied structure. This temple is surrounded by a number of other famous temples like Durgiana Temple. The Guru Ka Langar offers free food to a large number of devotees every day. To conclude, the Golden Triangle Circuit, which includes Delhi, Jaipur and Agra, is quite popular with tourists. Both domestic as well as international tourists include these places as a must-see places in their North India tour itinerary. The state of Rajasthan mesmerizes the visitors with its unique cultural heritage. North India also attracts a large number of pilgrims as it houses many popular pilgrim centers. Thank you.